time went by, the mother crow took great care of her chick, protecting her from any harm. Till then, she grew up enough to take care of herself. One day, the young crow heard that a large animal had died in a distant, dry plain near the mountains. Because she didn't want her mother to get worried about her, she decided to fly off to retrieve the carcass meat by herself. Upon arrival, she had to struggle with a lion that fiercely guarded the carcass. However, thanks to its wings, she was able to evade the lion and skillfully snatched a piece of meat and flew off. Meanwhile, a hungry fox saw what had happened. Knowing that he could not struggle with the lion to get the food as the crow did since he had no wings, he devised a trick to deceive the crow into giving up the meat in her beak. As the young crow rested on its way back, the fox who had been waiting called out, "Where are you going?" The crow did not respond. The fox asked again, "Do you live around here? Or are you flying somewhere far away?" Still, the crow remained silent. The fox then continued, "I've heard that parrots have the most beautiful voices. I wonder if a crow like you can sing as sweetly as a parrot." Upon hearing that, the crow was dissatisfied and forgot that she was holding a piece of meat in her beak. She opened her mouth to make a sound, and the meat fell out. Immediately, the fox dashed forward and grabbed the falling meat. Before running off, the fox mockingly said, "You were such a kind crow to give me this meat." Only then did the crow realize that she had been tricked. The mother crow had seen the whole story. She chased after the fox. The fox reached a stream and stood on a bridge, ready to eat the meat, but then he noticed its reflection in the water, holding what looked like an even bigger piece of meat. With the greed to get more, the fox opened its mouth to grab the reflection. But instead of getting another one, the fox lost the meat in his mouth. Just before it fell into the stream, the mother crow swooped down like the wind and grabbed it, then flew off and disappeared. As time passed, the forest that once served as a home for many animals began to be increasingly invaded by humans. The mother crow decided to move her family to a large tree which was not far from human dwellings. There, the two crows often found leftover food scraps from the villagers to eat. The young crow had then grown up. With a heart full of curiosity, the young crow loved to fly around and explore the world. One day, she saw some villagers grinding flour. An idea popped up. "If I roll myself in that flour, I'll become white and beautiful." When the villagers weren't looking, the young crow snuck down and rolled all over the flour. Happy with her new white feathers, she flew off. But on the way home, rain began to fall. The flour slowly washed away, leaving behind ugly, patchy stains on her feathers. The other birds saw it and were disgusted. They avoided the young crow and made fun of her strange appearance. Seeing this, the mother crow gently said, "Go and wash that flour off your body, my child. You're perfect just the way you are." One day later, the young crow saw a flock of swan swimming gracefully in a stream. She admired the swan's beautiful white feathers and thought, "If I bathed like that every day, maybe my feathers would turn white too." So the young crow began bathing in the stream daily. Each day, she came back to ask her mother, "Are my feathers white yet?" And every day, the answer was the same, "No, they're still black." Curious about her child's behavior, the mother crow followed her child one day and discovered the reason behind the strange question. That evening, she gently explained, "My child, you can't turn your feathers white like the swans. Crows have black feathers by nature, and swans have white ones. If a crow became white, it wouldn't be a crow anymore. And a swan can't be black either. Each of us is beautiful in our own way. Just as we are, be brave and love yourself."